Greetings and welcome back to the Johnnie Bennie Campus News, your go-to source for the latest news and events on campus. As always, I'm Ben Bugby.
And I'm Tasha Gray. Let's dive into this week's top stories.
We start this week with a reminder that board game night will be held at Clemens Library at CSB on November 3rd from 6 to 10 p.m. Come on down and play board games that are both new and old while meeting people and creating connections. Games, snacks, and pizza will be provided, as well as a great door prize starting at 9 p.m.
CSB and SJU are hosting its inaugural Fall Pizza Year 2 powwow at the Hine Campus Center at CSB on Saturday, November 4th. This powwow celebrates Indigenous communities and their vibrant cultures. The festivities kick off at 1 p.m. with grand entries and dancing, followed by a hand drum contest at 4 p.m. There will be giveaways at 9 p.m. and the event will conclude with a special flag retirement ceremony at 10 p.m. In addition to the cultural festivities, delicious food trucks and vendors will be on site throughout the day. Join us at the Hine Campus Center on November 4th for an unforgettable experience and be part of this wonderful celebration.
As a reminder, the musical group The Wailing Jennies will be performing on Saturday, November 4th in the Escher Auditorium at CSB. This event will start at 7:30 and will conclude roughly at 9. Come see them live and experience a musical phenomenon.
Come join the Outdoor Leadership Center and Peer Resource Program for trail mix making on Saturday, November 4th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Itzerda Commons. Come on down to hang out, listen to music, and craft your very own trail mix.
Get ready to immerse yourself in a celebration of diversity at CSB and SJU. From November 5th to the 12th, the Multicultural Student Center will be bringing you the Festival of Cultures. This event showcases the rich tapestry of culture on both campuses through student performances, food tasting, and a vibrant fashion show. You'll get a taste of cultures from the Bahamas, Japan, China, Colombia, Hmong Americas, Native American nations, Mexico, and more. Whether you're a first-year student or just looking to explore, the FOC is the perfect opportunity to connect your community and discover new perspectives. Don't miss out on this cultural extravaganza.
That's right, Ben. And to bookend the Festival of Cultures Week, look forward to a night of cultural celebration at the annual Student Showcase, taking place on Saturday, November 11th in Upper Goretzky at CSB starting at 6 p.m. This event is set to highlight diversity through student performances and a captivating cultural fashion show. The 26th Annual Student Showcase invites students to express their talents, whether through dance routines, spoken word, poetry, or soulful singing. Don't miss out on this dynamic display of talent and diversity.
Coming on November 4th, Tundra Fest. Come and enjoy the fall-themed photo booth, free food, lawn games, music, and $800 worth of prizes to be given away for viewers just like you. The Tundra Fest will start at 1 and will go till roughly 5 o'clock. We hope to see you there.
On November 3rd, get ready for Johnny Blend's first show of the year on Friday in Upper Goretzky 204C. Listen to these a cappella groups for a variety of music and all-time bangers.
And now over to Taryn with the Johnnie Bennie Weekend Weather Report.
Welcome back to the Johnnie Bennie Weekend Weather Report. I'm Taryn, your weather reporter. Let's dive right in. Starting off with Friday, we'll see a mix of clouds and sun. The day will begin mostly cloudy, but don't be surprised if the sun makes an appearance later on. We're expecting a high near 42 degrees. A light north wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour will keep things cool. As we move into Friday night, the clouds will linger with temperatures dropping to around 24 degrees. The north wind will calm down after midnight, so it might be a good night to bundle up. Saturday is looking a bit brighter. We can expect partly sunny skies with a high near 44. A gentle south-southeast wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour will bring a touch of warmth to the day. As the evening approaches, the clouds will roll back in, with temperatures settling around 31 degrees. The south wind will transition to a westward direction after midnight. Moving on to Sunday, there's a slight chance of rain in the forecast. After 1 p.m., there's about a 20% chance of precipitation. So if you have any outdoor plans, keep an umbrella handy. The day will remain mostly cloudy with a high near 48. The wind will start from the south-southwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour, later shifting to the southeast in the afternoon. As we head into Sunday night, the chance of rain increases to 40%, mainly before 1 a.m. Temperatures will stay relatively mild around 39 degrees. The southeast wind will be blowing at 10 to 15 miles per hour, eventually shifting to a westerly direction after midnight. And there you have it, folks. See you next week.
Thanks, Taryn.
Now we head over to our very own Landon Monio, who recently had the opportunity to catch up with the SJU rugby team. Let's head over to him on the field for an inside look at their season. Take it away, Landon.
My name is Jesus Medina Jr. I am a junior here at St. John's University. I am a health communications major, and I'm part of the SJU Rugby Club. Here at the SJU Rugby Club, I am the president. The Rugby Club president basically is the communication point between the school and the club. We basically play rugby. Rugby is a physical sport. It's like, think of American football and soccer combined together. So we have no pads or anything, and some people tend to think it's dangerous, but in reality, it's fun. The rugby team is a good opportunity to find connections and find a group of people here. I know for my first year here in St. John's, it was difficult to find that group of people, but since I joined the rugby team, I found a good group of guys and everything. You can hear them laughing in the background, but it's like, it's a good opportunity to find your people and find your place here in St. John's, because I feel like the rugby team has grown to represent SJU and the brotherhood behind that. We're a group of brothers, we're a group of friends, Outside of rugby, we usually study, we have classes together, we eat together, we basically live around the same area together. So it's like, in a sense, even outside the pitch, we still have that sense of community rather than like, oh, we're just on the team. We have that sense of brotherhood and friendship. We've won 2 national titles, and we've been to regionals a couple of times. Currently, we are heading to regionals this year and hopefully going for nationals and winning the national title as well. Students could get involved with SJU Rugby by coming up to us. Usually we wear our rugby gear, currently right here at SJU Rugby. So if you see anybody with that, come up and say, hey, I'm interested in rugby, let me join. Or you can find some of us with our blue coats. SJU Rugby is currently recruiting people. You don't have to have experience in everything. We'll teach you on the spot. And if you do have experience, great, come out, join this brotherhood, join this community.
Thanks as always, Landon.
Now over to our sports reporters, Brunny and the Tom, for This Week in Sports.
Thanks, Ben. Welcome back to Johnnie Bennie Sports Roundup, your source for updates on Johnnie and Bennie sports. I'm Brendan Amaris.
And I'm Tommy Ornberg.
Today, we'll be starting with St. Ben's Cross Country, who finished 3rd at the MIAC Championships in Northfield this past Saturday. Led by senior superstar Fiona Smith, the Bennie Cross Country team finished 3rd in the team standings behind 1st place Carleton and 2nd place St. Olaf. The Bennies had 5 runners in the top 28, including 2 in the top 13, tallying 87 points. As usual, it was Fiona Smith who stole the show, winning her 3rd straight MIAC title with a course and championship record of 19 minutes and 55 seconds. She won the race with plenty of time to spare, the 2nd place runner finishing a whole minute and 34 seconds behind her. After another record-breaking performance, the senior from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, was awarded her 4th St. Cloud Orthopedics CSB Athlete of the Week of the season. Today, Thursday, November 2nd, she was also named the MIAC Cross Country Athlete of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. Fellow seniors Annie Kielbasa and Keely Maz also received all MIAC honors, with Kielbasa also earning 1st team all MIAC and Maz being named as an honorable mention. The Bennies compete in the CSB Fall Finale, Friday, November 3rd in Collegeville this weekend. Now over to Tommy for Bennie Volleyball.
The Bennies traveled to Northwestern, losing 3-1 on November 1st. Senior Emma Guest had a double-double, and first-year Callie Jones added a team high of 13 kills. Paige Andrews had 7 kills on 15 attacks. The Bennies traveled to St. Olaf on November 3rd and to University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point on November 4th. Best of luck to the Bennies on their road trip. Next up is Bennie Hockey, who traveled to University of Eau Claire this last weekend. The Bennies traveled to University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire last weekend, losing 7-1 in a non-conference matchup. Corinne Brown scored her first goal of the season for the Bennies in the second period of an assist from Ava Sinet. The Bennies did have 15 blocked shots and won the face-off battle 42-28. The Bennies play tonight, Thursday, November 2nd at Ritchie Arena against 4th-ranked University of Wisconsin-River Falls. Now back to Brendan with St. Ben's Soccer, whose season came to a heartbreaking end on Monday at CSB Stadium Field.
The Bennies suffered a devastating 2-0 loss to Concordia Moorhead in the quarterfinals of the MIAC tournament on a brisk day in St. Joe. St. Ben's hadn't lost at home in 2 years before Monday afternoon, and this one was an intense matchup that you couldn't take your eyes off of for a second. The Bennies couldn't find the net despite having over double the Cobbers' shots, totaling 24 compared to their 11. Concordia took the lead in the 22nd minute after striker Hannah Mukhtar scored a sensational bar-down goal. Benny's leading scorer, Abby Willenbring, had 6 of the team's 24 shots, and the senior played a great game, constantly beating Cobber defenders in one-on-ones. She nearly equalized late in the match with a finesse shot from outside the box that missed the top corner by a matter of inches. The Cobbers scored their second goal after a referee awarded them a controversial penalty kick in the 85th minute. The two MIAC rivals played out a fiery match, with a total of 31 fouls, 5 yellow cards, and even 2 late red cards, as tempers boiled over. The Bennies have so much to be proud of after a great season, and a lot to look forward to with a solid core returning next year. Congratulations to all the seniors on outstanding careers at St. Ben's. Switching over to Johnnie Sports, we'll start with Johnnie Soccer, who unfortunately also suffered a first-round exit in the MIAC tournament. St. John's Soccer lost 2-0 to Gustavus Adolphus in the MIAC quarterfinals on Monday. Like the Bennies, they also outshot their opponents, but just couldn't find the back of the net. Evan Siefkin made 9 saves in the loss. The Johnnies have some great young players who will look to improve on this season's first-round exit next season, but with head coach John Haas resigning after the match, there are a lot of questions about what the future holds. Now back to Tommy for an update on Johnnie Hockey.
Johnnie Hockey opened its season in a non-conference game versus Wisconsin River Falls, losing 2-0 at senior night at Herb Brooks National Hockey Center in St. Cloud. Junior goalie Bailey Hubbard made 29 saves in their home loss as they outshot the Falcons 33-31. The Johnnies had 4 power play attempts but couldn't put the puck in the net. Senior forward Max Burrows led the Johnnies with 5 shots. Jackson Sabo and Cam Brosh had 4 shots each. The Johnnies host a pair of home games versus University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, November 3rd, and Northern Wisconsin on November 4th at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Good luck this weekend as they hope to top both of their opponents. Now we look forward to St. John's Golf, who finished their fall season in Nevada this past weekend. The Johnnies traveled to Boulder City, Nevada last weekend, playing in the Division III preview at Boulder Creek Golf Club, as they finished 13th out of 18 teams, and 12 of the 18 teams were ranked. Mark Longhenry led the Johnnies with 6 birdies and finished with 4 over, tying for 16th out of 90 golfers. Nate Loxerkamp had 3 birdies and an eagle and shot a 10 over par, finishing 41st. He ended the fall schedule with the team's best average of 73 in 16 rounds. Congrats to all the Johnnie golfers this fall. Best of luck to them in this coming spring. Now back to Brendan with Johnnie Football.
Johnnie Football bounced back in convincing fashion last Saturday, thumping St. Scholastica 62-7 at Clemens Stadium. Quarterback Aaron Severson got the team rolling early and never looked back. The senior threw for 283 yards on 18 completions for 7 touchdowns, and he didn't even play in the second half. Because of how dominant the Johnnies were early, the team really got to show off its depth all over the field. The Johnnies played 4 different quarterbacks and 11 different receivers hauled in receptions. Senior tight end Alex Larson led the receiving corps with 6 receptions for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Johnnies' defense looked great too, picking off 2 passes, with the second being a first career interception for senior D-back Lucas Soto. The Johnnies look to keep the momentum rolling this weekend as they travel to St. Olaf on Saturday. For more on this weekend's matchup, here's this week's Touchdown Talk with Hillary. Welcome back, Hillary. Congratulations on a great win last Saturday. It sure was a cold one, but you guys really pounded them. How are we doing this afternoon?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me. In terms of last week's game, yeah, it was fun. It was good to see the enjoyment and the camaraderie that we had with our teammates. The coaches laughing, the fans having a good time, student section having a good time. it was the last home game for the seniors, and we made sure to make the most of it.
Of course, yeah, it was a really fun one to watch. The team really bounced back in a big way. You guys had such a big lead that some of the starters got pulled before halftime. That allowed us to see some of the young talent on the team. Why do you think it's important that players of all ages and experience get to see the field in games like that?
We try to teach those young guys what it means to be a Johnnie early on, and to have that experience, they get to see how it feels to be on the field. And we hopefully, what goal is for our team is our leadership trickles down all the way to our youngest guys. And so by the time they're seniors and upperclassmen, they're able to lead their team to hopefully a national championship as well.
Oh yeah, it's a great mindset. Well, with all the talk about the Gustavus game and your odds to make the playoffs, how is the team able to focus on the job at hand and really lock in for the rest of that game and the season?
The thing is, we're not trying to focus on the Gustavus or previous games or whatever's going on in the D3 world. Our goal right now is to just keep our task at hand, which is what's the next game. We're trying to keep, understand that any outside influence should not affect us as a team internally, and we just got to keep the main thing.
Of course, always looking ahead. St. Olaf is usually a pretty straightforward game for you guys. Will there be anything to look out for this weekend in Northfield?
In terms of the MIAC, every game should be tough because we know that teams are always going to give their all towards us, which means we got to go 110% even more than previously. We know that this game has a lot at stake for not only for our team, but also St. Olaf, so we just got to play harder. We have to make sure the offense moves the chains, the O-line does his job, the quarterback does their job, the receivers get open, catch the balls. Defense, we get to our gaps, we play our zone, play our job.
Yeah, can't wait for it. Now, I have to ask you, as a senior, how did it feel to play in what is most likely your last home game at Clemens Stadium?
Honestly, looking around and seeing the student section and seeing the fans, it's good to see a lot of my peers and my family friends out there. It was bittersweet, but I'm glad that I got to experience that last home game with my seniors who I came with freshman year, to enjoy that camaraderie, to enjoy that laughter. It was awesome.
Yeah, what a way to go out. Well, Hillary, it's always a pleasure, and good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it.
That will be all for this week's Johnnie Bennie Sports Roundup. Thanks as always for tuning in.
Good luck to all the Johnnie and Bennie athletes competing this week, and we'll see you guys next Thursday.
And that's a wrap for this week's edition of Johnnie Bennie Campus News.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in next week for the latest updates on campus news and events.
Your support means the world to us, so don't forget to spread the word and let your friends know where they can catch up on CSB SJU News. As always, I'm Ben Bugby.
And I'm Daisha Gray.
We'll see you next week, and until then, have a fantastic weekend.